The Toronto Zoo is celebrating a Canadian first with the birth of twin panda cubs. The baby bears were born to mom Urshan early Tuesday morning. The zoo says she's demonstrating excellent maternal instincts and has bonded with the cubs. It's not yet known, though, if the babies are male or female. Urshan was inseminated with sperm from 3 male pandas. The cubs will remain in a maternity area and won't be available for the public to see until mid-March. With us this morning is Franke, curator of mammals at the Toronto Zoo. Quite an amazing thing, and you were there for the birth.
I was.
Tell me what that was like.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. There's a lot of work that's gone into this whole procedure and process and protocols. And I got the call at 1 a.m. yesterday early
morning.
Home? Yes, that her water broke. So that was a matter of us just deploying our team and sticking to protocol, getting everyone in there, and then just kind of monitoring Urshan and keeping our fingers crossed that she would do what she needed to do, and she did. She was amazing.
So what happens right after the birth? What does the mom do with two? Well, one first, and then obviously a few minutes later the second. Yeah,
we were very fortunate to know that we actually had twins that were expected because we were able to successfully ultrasound both fetuses. So that kind of gave us a bit of a heads up. But so at around 3:30, she kind of bared down and all of a sudden gave birth. They're born very, very undeveloped, very small. So the first cub was 187.7 grams, wow. Really small. And so she immediately just kind of backed off and did everything. She bent down and was licking, cleaning it, and then gently picked it up in her mouth. And it's crazy because she's a big bear, and just gently picked it up and folded it into her arms and cradled it and just nurtured it, and it was all just amazing. We were expecting a couple of hours between births, and in less than 15 minutes, all of a sudden she gave birth to the second. So that was a bit tricky. In the wild, giant pandas are they can give birth to twins, but typically only one, the strongest cub, will survive. It takes a lot of energy for the female to raise 2 cubs.
So the female will, in some cases, abandon one of the cubs, because and go and look after the stronger one.
Exactly. And so what we do is we've come up with a protocol with our Chinese colleagues. It's called twin swapping. So what we do is we immediately removed the second cub that was born and put it in an incubator, made sure it was all good and cozy and warm, and got a weight on it, and then allowed Urshan to stay with the first cub for a couple of hours. And then what we've been doing is swapping the cubs between the incubator and Urshan so that they get the mother's milk, the colostrum, which is very, very important for their antibodies and well-being and good health, and so feeding and nurturing from the mom.
Tell us why these, it's so critical that these, babies so small are not out of danger by any means.
No, not out of danger by any means. Just because they are born so undeveloped, it's actually one of the most undeveloped offspring of any large mammal per weight of the female panda. So it's touch and go. Urshan's doing amazing and everything's going so well, but the days and weeks moving forward are very critical. So both cubs are stable now after 24 hours, and our focus is now just making sure that they get the right nutrients and the care from Urshan.
Is there a time frame when it will be, okay, these cubs should survive or have a good chance of surviving?
Yeah, it's still weeks away. The first cub is the larger, stronger cub, and it's been able to gain weight since birth. The smaller cub, it was 115 grams, and so that one is our focus. So we've actually been able to collect milk and colostrum manually from Urshan through positive training. So we're supplementing the smaller cub when he's in the incubator. So we're just fingers crossed that everything goes well.
Wow, such an incredible story, Maria. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.